need to amend the agenda. Becky Garland would like to be on it, and we need to amend for continuing education for Chester. And we also need to add Martha Hawley. She's with the Heights organization.
And also closed session. I'd like to add closed session to it if we could.
Okay.
Mayor, I know you got me on old business, but we've got the meters, not the meters, but the well contract for the board to consider in addition to the Atoa Street project.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an amendment or not.
Okay, we got to the whale project. Need to add that.
Yeah.
What else, Joe?
Well, I was going to give an update on the pre-construction conference we just had for the meters, and then also talk about the CDBG,
Okay.
the money.
Okay.
I can do that all at one time.
Okay.
Do you have it lined out how you want it, Sean?
Admins want to do it.
Well, I didn't write all that stuff down, but I'll make a motion to amend the agenda with the extra items added to it.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. First up, we have Mr. Sturrow with McGill Associates.
Okay, let's see where to start. I'll start with the meter project. We had a pre-construction conference started at 4 this afternoon and got everything going on that. We're replacing almost 1,000 meters across town with the new radio read type. It's a product called Camstruck, and I know Chad's really excited about that. So
Yeah.
they're gonna kick it off on May the 5th. That's when the project will start, and it'll run 90 days, and substantial completion is expected to be finished in August 3rd.
Yeah.
So by the end of the summer, we'll have brand new meters, and we'll have a new software system that the town will have. And
I'm
it's a lot
excited.
easier to track the water. So I'm excited about that. I've got something. Let's see where my handouts go here.
You still there, Kenneth?
Take one of these.
Well, I can't even grab one, I'm sorry.
It's okay. There's one for Vicky.
Is he still there, Sean?
Just pass them all the way down.
You
Yeah.
still there, Kenneth?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you. So what I'm passing out is in the town has a CDBG grant, as you all know, for the Laura Street area project. It's a sewer replacement project that we've had a grant for a number of years, and the project is all designed. We've got all the easements we need. We're ready to kick that one off as well. Take it to a construction bidding process. But since the town hasn't completed its audits, the CDBG program has frozen the money, and that's what this letter from the state is saying. In response to that, we've authored a letter that the mayor has sent, basically giving them an update on where the audits stand. And we've pledged to have both audits, 2023 and 2024, complete by September 1. So. And the good news on this letter from the state is that they're not taking the money away, which was somewhat, it's still possible, but
Fearful.
it looks like you've got a reprieve here, and if you get these audits done and in time, it should be clear sailing, and we'll go ahead and bid the project once that happens.
Good.
So it will be fall before that project gets going. Okay. Have something else out here. Take one. Staple together. Just take one. So we bid the other part of the water system improvements project, besides the meter, is new deep water supply wells, and we took bids on. They were informal bids. We didn't have to do a formal process because the amount of the money is below $100,000. But this letter is a recommendation for the town to enter into a contract with McCall Brothers Incorporated out of Charlotte they're one of the largest well drilling companies in the state. They drill the two wells that you have out there right now, so they know what they're doing. And so really happy to have them on board. These are the test wells. These will determine, how much water you have, and then there'll be another contract let with McCall Brothers to actually develop and place the wells into service. So I'm requesting action on the part of the board to approve this low bid of $675 to McCall Brothers Incorporated.
Kenneth,
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I know you can't see it, but I was gonna
I'll make a
say,
motion to approve on that.
yes, I second.
All right, all in favor? All right, any opposed? All right, not too bad.
Okay, we'll get that going, and then lastly, and I'll be done, Mayor asked me to report on the Atoa Street project. That was one of the projects in the capital improvements plan that was near the top of the list. This Old Sweetwater project is underway, and we have about $600,000 or so additional money that is not being spent on that job. So you can use that money to do a similar project like Atoa Street if you want to, and we would have to get it approved through the state and amended and all that. But
I just
I
wanna add
wanted that
that's-
direction.
That's
for you
what I
guys.
originally asked before, was funding for the Sweetwater project and the Atoa Street
Okay, all right.
project. So, I mean, that's what he gave us the money for.
Okay. Well, if the board likes, I'll go ahead and proceed with seeing what we can afford to do on Atoa Street. The original estimate was like $750,000 for Atoa Street, and we've got like $600,000. So we may have to, get out in the field and see exactly what we can replace and what we can't.
Yeah, I'd like to get the sidewalks replaced, and
That's
that's
part of
always
it,
the town's
yeah.
excuse that the water line needs to be replaced under the sidewalks before we.
Correct, yeah, and the sidewalk replacement's in the budget, so that'll work. So you all okay with proceeding with getting that implemented? Okay, there's no need to have any action on it, I just wanted to get some guidance from y'all on it. Okay. Unless there's any questions, that's all I have.
Thank you, John.
Hmm? Oh, this is your pen? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was like, where's my pen going? And I was like, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
That's my fault.
And I'll hang around here to
No,
get the mayor
it's-
to sign this contract document.
So the board's good with proceeding with Atoa Street project? Okay. You good with that, Ken? Okay. All right. Next up was the county's monthly charges when our garbage truck crosses the scales.
I did talk with them. At this point, they're charging, their intent is to charge for business pickup. And there is, there's a lot of information that says you have to pay for businesses. The businesses that the county picks up are required to pay. And so then it becomes, does the town pay it or does the county? And the county manager, not the county, but does the town pay it or do you charge the people? Or you take it out of your budget? And the county's willing to meet with us and explain further what their situation.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to meet with them. Are you good with that, Kenneth?
Yeah, I think
We
we
need
should
to-
have talked about that one.
All right,
So you
I'll
just-
set up a meeting, okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right, next, the RTTA is requesting money for the, fishing derby.
Yes. Lamar Williams will have to, excuse my voice. Lamar Williams is gonna supply the trout because Fish and Wildlife don't have them for this year or next year to provide like they have for free in the past. It's gonna cost $800. And since this was originally a town of Robbinsville event, I was hoping that y'all would pitch in on that.
Don't we, Sean, budget money toward the fishing derby?
I would have to look at the budget.
I think in our financial
every physical year, we always kind of initiated some money toward the fishing derby. I don't know how much, for some reason I was thinking it was $500.
And we can have a little bit of look.
Yeah,
I have to look.
That would be great, and that would
Yeah.
keep us under our budget.
that way we've already budgeted in, so there's no need to.
Yeah, $500 would be great.
Well, let us look at that, and then if it's not in there, then, yeah. We'll figure something out. We'll
Okay.
set up a meeting and do it. You good with that, Kenna?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'll make a motion to table that to our next meeting.
I'll say,
All right, next up, RTA director position.
Amanda, do you want to speak to that?
Karen has come to me. She gets 20 hours a week, and with that, she's got a lot of stuff going on, and has for a little bit at home. And she asked me if I would be willing to split the time with her. I do 10 hours and she do 10 hours, and we did talk to the Robbinsville Tourism Board, and Dirk Cody stated that that would be a town decision, that the town board had to approve that. So she don't want to leave completely, but she wants to stay and do help out. So
And I would be willing to work under Amanda.
Are you wanting to split part of your time toward that, Amanda, or do that on top of your
and
normal
be on
job?
top of my normal job.
Yeah, that would put you in overtime though, for that.
Well, I'd be paid through
The RTA.
the RTA
Yeah.
for the time that I still
Yeah.
work with them.
Amanda's been such a big help to me. I can't imagine turning this over to anybody but Amanda, or splitting the time with anybody but Amanda. Debbie did a phenomenal job. She's put things in place that I hope will continue for years. And, you know, I'm really proud to be part of the RTA. It's just more than what I can do by myself. And that's the truth. I've got several things going on at home. My husband had a heart attack, and but I want to be involved. And 10 hours would be a good fit for me.
Kenneth, can you hear me? Well, I know Kenneth serves on the board, and I think we probably need to discuss it in closed session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Go ahead, Monica.
I'm with Heights, and what I was gonna offer, we have a intern program, and we could provide an intern 30 hours a week for 6 to 8 weeks. It's all paid for. We provide the workman's comp insurance, the manpower, and the limited liability. Maybe make $15 an hour. So if we could get someone to help with the website, or anything social media related, that might take the load off and help. So that's why I'm here.
I think that's a wonderful idea. I would still like to split my time if at all possible.
Okay. We'll just talk about that in closed. Is that what the board's wanting to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Are you still there, Kenneth?
what was the company?
Heights.
H-I-G-H-T.
Heights.
Oh,
We're out of
G-H-T.
Silva.
Okay.
And the young lady that I was looking at was Macy Lofty. I can get a resume to you once we meet again if you'd like. But she's got the technical abilities.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Kenneth, can you hear us?
I don't know if we lost him.
Kenneth, can you hear us?
One more thing, we're having a Career Connect Summer Academy Academy, because at the Methodist Church, the summer is gonna be 1 week of like workforce development and then 4 weeks of year. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
What ages is that
16
encompass?
to 25,
Hey, can you hear us?
so.
My granddaughter's
Hey.
15.
That telephone's just not working properly. I'm gonna leave you on my cell phone, okay?
Okay, can you,
August what?
16.
okay, can you hear us, Kenneth?
I'll see what, I was gonna do with June and then the,
The phone, I had trouble with the phone when I was coming in. One desk.
y'all need to come back or whatever, but I'll get that resume to you.
Do you have a business
We
card?
try again?
Do in the car.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You'll wait till it's all in.
I'm all out today.
It's this phone, it keeps, I don't know, it keeps doing a roaring thing.
Make it better on yours.
Yeah, let's see if we can keep on the cell phone. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds better.
What was the last thing you heard, Kenneth?
Well, I heard, Amanda and Karen proposing that they split for 20 hours.
So we'll get that to.
Yeah, we put that into closed session,
Okay.
and then that, I've already forgot her name.
Monica Haley.
Monica Haley said that she had someone that could help them, through Heights,
Holly. I'm sorry.
and it's free. She could help build the website and all that.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
She's getting a resume for that girl to bring to us.
Okay.
All right. Next up on the agenda, the town's wanting to remove Bill Young as an RTA board member and add 2 additional members.
Did Bill,
He has not come to any meetings. He said he does not have the time. And we brought this up also in the RTA meeting, and Dirk said that it is up to the town to decide who's on the board.
and so you guys have already talked to Mandy and Amy?
We have
Yes.
Who's Amy? I know Mandy's the barbecue place.
Amy
Yes.
Graves Dockery.
She's a hairdresser, and she works for herself up at Polished Up.
Oh, okay.
And she said she would definitely like to see the town grow and be part of the RTA. Mandy Chambliss has been a big help to me already with Facebook and Instagram and some other things. She's volunteered her time. And she would like to be a board member. And it was short notice because I've been sick. But Amy's got hair appointments today and Amanda's traveling. Or they would be here.
Well, I guess I'll make a motion to allow Bill Young to be removed from the RTA board and accept Mandy Chambliss and Amy Dockery onto the board.
I'll second that.
All right. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Next up, is this door's been closed for miles, what's leading into the main office, and if Amanda's not here, I can't get it to the coffee machine, and a lot of times I'll get emails from the DEQ regarding the grants or something that need to be signed immediately. So if Linda's not here, I can't get it here to send them in. I need that door to be left open.
Well, I know that door has to be locked due to that's security for y'all. But then, how many days has there been days when both of yous are not here? Because we need somebody in the office, or at least let us know, and then that way we could make some kind of arrangements.
I know I was out the previous week with pneumonia and bronchitis. I wasn't able to be here at all through the week, and so the doors were locked the whole week. No payments, no water bills can be taken or anything like that if I'm not here.
No, the door was open between Sean's and here, when he was here, when Mandy was out.
Okay.
I just can't take payments and do my job.
Yeah, but if
So
I
we
couldn't,
could use the computer.
if Linda ain't here, I can't come in here though. She'd have to let me in.
That's what I was asking. Has there been a day where both of yous have not been here?
No, but I'm saying if in the event of that,
I don't know, I was out
The week before.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this past week.
Well, maybe in the event of that, yous could definitely make sure yous let me and Kenneth know, and then
Kenneth
one of
will.
us Kenneth
Mhm.
could kinda come over and open the door up. Because I know that is one thing that the state made strong advice on. And
what do you mean, what do you mean? Who would
That
the
was-
state made that advice?
they said that wherever you guys own that apartment, cause like, you guys had to get the safe
Mhm.
or the filing cabinet that was locked up just for one person, and then that area was for just that one person's, and that's what we're doing.
You're not securing anything by locking me out of the office.
If it's in her area, I guess that's what we have to do. If we have to get another printer to put in your office, how many times did you have to go in? How many times was it that?
There is a printer in there.
Yeah, we just have to say that's an old one, it's not very reliable.
How many times did you have to need in there when Amanda or Linda couldn't let you in?
I'm just saying in the event of that, I get emails and the people from the DEQ needs it immediately.
In the event of that, Kenneth, do you think you could assist Sean with that?
Well, they'd have to play me a key. I don't have a key to get in there.
We'll make a copy.
Could I have a key?
Because Karen can't get in either.
I can't get in. I can get in this door.
See, Karen can't even get to the bathroom. She's in here working.
That's truth.
Can I speak to this just for a moment?
Yeah.
The important piece of this is just to make sure that any sensitive documents or like the check stock and so forth, and this applies to everybody, not just the mayor, that anybody that's in here who is not authorized to be in here and who's not authorized to deal with the finance piece would not have access to anything that's sensitive or so, you know, that's why you need to make sure all of the file cabinets are locked when Amanda and Linda leave, that none of the anything that anybody could take and remove cash, you know, the cash drawer, actually the drawer itself, you know, where the cash, not the part that opens, but that part that's in there, ought to be locked up in the safe every night, okay? So that, not just to protect the asset, but to protect everybody. So if you know, one of the aldermen needed to come in, nobody could come in and say, well, Debbie, you took money out of till. So it's double protection. So it's just very, very important that there's things in place that if there is access to the office by whoever, that they can't get into those sensitive areas. So
Could we get you a new printer to keep in your office? And
No,
then
I
that
don't
way
want the
it wouldn't-
taxpayers to have to bear that expense. We've already got one in here.
Oh,
So do we have things in place to lock up the cash drawer and the things she's talking about?
The
being
drawer
sensitive?
itself locks, and that's where we always keep the till.
And if you have a safe, do y'all have a
Yeah,
safe?
there's a safe
it's-
in there.
Then it really,
There's a
even
cabinet
if
in
the
there.
drawer itself locks, that lock can be forced,
Mhm.
okay? Is the safe a combination safe, or is it a
Key.
It's a
key safe? A safe's harder to get into than that drawer.
I don't know that the till drawer would even fit in the safe here.
do we have money in our office supply fund to buy a small printer for the mayor to have in his office?
I would think so.
I mean, I'm sure, because we have a line item for funding of stuff like that.
And the mayor has a fund of his own of a set amount.
Have you used that fund? Do you
No.
have any money in that? Well, it's there. We've
Yeah.
already budgeted for it.
Mhm.
I would suggest that you get a printer so you won't have to deal with that frustration. And then that way you're,
Yeah, but I mean, there's no sensitive information just lying around in that office.
There is.
What would that be, Linda?
There's lots of sensitive information.
But then what Becky's saying, if there's sensitive information laying around,
It
and if
needs to be
there's,
locked up then.
yeah, and if there's money in the till, regardless of whether Sean wants to be in there or not, that
Should
needs to be locked
No
up,
matter
period.
what. Yeah, no matter
And it's
what.
like, we're talking about two issues here basically,
Yeah.
whether Sean can print or not, but that other stuff, if you've got a responsibility to put it up and it's just, since it's open in there,
No, it's locked.
You know what,
I mean, but the whole office, if the whole office is, if it's laying out in the office available, the office being locked isn't adequate from what you're saying.
and plus, I mean, it's such a
Yeah.
interesting scenario because most everything that is produced as far as like this is a public document, you know, anybody
Yeah.
can see it. What's sensitive that needs to be locked up is personnel files. They should be under lock
They're
and
in the
key,
safe.
or in the safe or wherever. Like I said, check stock. If y'all use signature stamps or anything like that, which I know you don't, you know, y'all sign your own checks, that should be locked up. Anything that could be used to steal money, whether it be electronically or running, you know, grabbing a check and
Yeah.
forging signatures. But you know, if they get into the notebooks where there's bank statements, well, thank goodness the bank, you know, bank statements have them, you know, the X'd out, so they can't see the account number. But you know, the records that are produced for billing or payables or whatever are technically public records.
Yeah.
That being said, though, if Amanda has, you know, she takes a new water customer and gets their social security number,
It's on
that's
their line.
sensitive. And that should always be under lock and key,
Yeah.
you know, no matter what.
Yeah, I just want to add, they let the cleaning contractor come in here after hours and he has access to the office.
Right, and that's kind of what I was thinking, because I know sometimes there'll be contractors come through. So, you know, it's just important if
No, I'm saying the cleaning contractor has a key to the door. He's
Oh.
allowed in here after hours, but I'm not.
Oh, okay. And then again, the computers, you know, those should be password protected. Nobody knows anybody else's passwords. They're not laying around on the desk. Even the computer should be set up to where, you know, like if Amanda has to walk away and she's gone from her desk for more than 5 minutes, that it basically goes to sleep and you can't see the screen, you know, that kind of thing. So it's a muddy river, I guess you could call it, but at the same time, you know, there's things that need to be put up, and then there's things that if somebody grabbed them, it's public record anyway. But I sure don't want them grabbing your cash. You know, I don't want them getting into your till. I don't want them getting your check stock. I don't want them to be able to get in and cut a bunch of electronic payments or anything like that, or write themselves a payroll check. Or steal somebody's identity because they got their social security number.
When the lock was put on there, we didn't have that new file cabinet at that.
That locked. And then y'all have some things that are probably documents like deeds or things like that that really ought to be under a fireproof kind of scenario. I mean, thankfully you got registered deeds, but there are some things that you wouldn't want to lose on fire. I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
no, thank you.
All right. So the board's gonna keep me locked out.
No, I don't really wanna say that. I would like for us to discuss that maybe in closed session, see if we can come up with a better solution.
I don't think
But
it's
if-
permissible. under general statute, discuss all those.
Okay, well, my suggestion then, Sean, to keep that frustration from having to be, I would spend some money and get a small printer in my office, so I wouldn't have to fool with that. That's just,
Yeah, I just want to add, the LGC never had no problem with doing payroll and payables during the period that you didn't hire a finance officer. But moving on, Becky Garland's got the floor.
So, just to give you an update on the FY '23 audit, as you all know, the auditors got here Monday morning and they plan to be here till Friday. The field work, seems like it's moving along as expected. I talked with them yesterday evening just to kind of verify that, and they confirmed that. I had to be gone today. I didn't get any phone calls though, so that's good news. You know, with any major questions, and I don't know if they had anything major for you, Linda. So it seemed like as they were working with me on different things that they were moving along. So, you know, the work that we did to get the books caught up and cleaned up, I think they're pleased with that. They are concerned about internal controls, you know, and of course they're knowledgeable of the situation that the town was in when you were having to be it, Sean.
Yeah, I stepped up and done payroll
yeah.
and payables, and then
So, you know, they know that situation was in place for about half the fiscal year there. We have had some problems with, you know, finding some documents that didn't know where they were just because it was pre-staff, you know, this staff time. I anticipate, you know, that they'll finish up the field work Friday, as they said, and then they'll move on toward drafting the report. So, you know, they can't give any definitive date, but as Sean knows, when we had our pre-field work meeting, you know, they're still shooting toward April 30 to submit to the local government commission. And then in the meantime, while they're drafting, I'll be working with Linda and Amanda to start pulling the data and the information together so that I can start 24. I'm working with another town that I'm kind of doing gap work with while the audit's going on, so I'll be kind of trying to coordinate all that. So, you know, so far so good for the audit this week.
all right. Is that all you had, Becky?
Yes.
All right, next up, Chad's not here, but he was gonna ask, were you familiar with that, Amanda, about continuing education?
I am. On the 14th, they have, it's called Continuing Education, and it's Chad. All of our water department, maintenance department, and other counties will meet at the library, and we usually serve them lunch, and I just wanted to make sure that it was okay that we did last year. We got I think it's chicken tenders or something like that from Ingles. I don't know, we haven't really looked to see if it'd be cheaper to do like the Subway sandwiches. That's what I was thinking. It'd be quick and easy because they eat as they're going through class. It's not like they just take a break and go to lunch.
What's the board feel about that?
as far as us buying the food or paying for their continuing education. What was it?
It's just for the food, the class is free, as far as I know.
How much of a line item do we need to?
I want to say it was maybe, I think it was a little over $100 last year.
For how many people?
There's 20 of them. I know.
Kenneth, I'll make a motion to amend the budget and allow $300 toward the lunch for the, continuing education for our maintenance and water sewer men.
I'll second that.
Alright, we have something for closed session.
Yeah, I wanna make a motion to go into closed session,
What are we going into closed for?
personnel and, advice from the attorney. I would like for everybody to step out. I need Becky in here, cause I would like to have Becky in here to kind of give us some clarity on some
Alright,
stuff.
now the closed session is 6:34. Does the board have anything to discuss?
The board wanted to set up a date for a staff meeting, April the 9th
11 a.m.
at 11 a.m., yes. And the board discussed the, RTA taking Amanda on with it. And I'm gonna make the motion that we not accept Amanda on that board as of right now due to her duties with the town hall.
I'll second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Alright.
So with that, do I need to post the job, to take applications?
If the board, if the job needs to be filled. Mhm.
Okay, so that means I won't be working 10 hours a week.
That's up to the RTA.
But they threw that back
Well,
to
that
y'all.
said it was up to the town, if she stayed employed, if you let her be employed, had to come and post it for somebody else for 10 hours, or do you accept the full resignation and have somebody new?
So, are you willing to take and still continue those 10 hours till we can get that job posted?
Yes.
And if that person does not need that assistance,
Yes,
okay,
yes. That would be just fine.
then I make a motion that you keep continuing to do the 10 hours and,
Until it's filled.
yeah.
I agree to that.
Alright. Alright then. Did the board have any further business?
No.
Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Hold on, one more thing. The,
Meeting minutes, I had those on the agenda and I've got those right there.
Okay.
Does Kenneth have a, did you
Yeah.
email him a copy?
Kenneth needs
did
time to read
not.
them. We can just,
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll
we'll
just
just
hold
table them
off
till the
on
next
that.
meeting.
Okay.
Because Kenneth needs to be able to read them.
Okay.
Alright. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn at 6:39.
Alright. Meeting adjourned, 6:39.
Got it.